Hi, my name is Josephine and these are my creatures. My mom asked me why do I always make scary looking dolls, that I should make something cute, like a fairy. So for her birthday I decided to make the most adorable, cute little doll that I possibly could. And an idea of a spring cottagecore fairy was born. Stay tuned at the end of the video to see my mom unbox her birthday gift. There are a lot of cute face molds amongst Monster High dolls, but I decided to go with Rochelle because she has big eyes and a shy and sweet looking expression already. I cut off her nasty looking old hair because I will be giving her new hair later. Her factory paint gets removed with 100% acetone. After that, I soften her head in hot water until the vinyl is nice and squishy. The remaining hair gets removed through the neck hole with needle nose pliers. I have no need for Rochelle's gargoyle ears, so I will be removing those. A nice tip is to try and not cut too deep so that you are left with a thin layer of vinyl instead of a gaping hole. This does not work every time, but sometimes you get lucky. My mom loves bright colors, so for her hair I chose Lemon Drop and Golden Glory nylon from the Doll Hair Emporium. After finishing the reroute, I lock in the loose hairs with glue. Once the glue has dried, I tamed her hair with hot water and left it to air dry. Her original grey skin tone is a little bit too gaunt for me because my goal is to make her look super sweet and cute. So we need to breathe some life into her skin. I used my PanPastels to give her a livelier skin tone and some sweet flush of color on her cheeks, nose, forehead, chin and lips. I love using pastels on my dolls. It feels like I'm applying makeup on them. Rochelle's eyelids are heavily molded. I don't mind the molding, some artists do hate it. I just think you need to go with it and you will be fine. Throughout this face up, I was thinking, what is the cutest thing? What makes a face look cute? And I think the biggest thing is making the eyes big and round. My mom loves color, so I tried to implement bright colors wherever I could. So I chose orange for her eyeshadow, and I am planning on giving her blue eyes, so I'm hoping it will have a nice pop. The lips get a darker coral color, and I sketch her eyebrows with a lighter brown pencil. I darken the lines of the eyes, red for the waterline and brown for the lash line. Her eye whites and highlights are done with a General's chalk pencil in white. I add a couple of eyebrow hairs before sealing her the third time. Freckles are super cute, so we need to have those. I love how the original stone speckle effect shows through the pastel and makes the freckles look more dimensional. I used 3 different blue colors for her irises and a blue pastel to blend them together. Multiple colors on her eyebrows makes them look more livelier. Fourth layer of sealant. To really make her look cute, I needed to be brave and do large pupils on her. I don't know why, but this always makes me nervous. I don't like doing pupils for some reason. I don't like freakishly long, spiderly looking bottom lashes on dolls, so I always try and be super delicate and fine with mine. I'm using a lighter tone of brown for them that helps out with the delicate look. I did her top lashes off camera, and now I'm adding white acrylic paint for her catch lights. To really make her look like a magical fairy, I added some purple to blue Pearlex powder on top of her black pupils. Final layer of sealant before I remove the rag that protected her hair. I added gloss to her eyes and lips. Now that her face is done, let's move on to her body. I don't like the factory markings or the molded underwear, so I'm gonna remove those with my knife and some sandpaper. I widened the holes on her back in preparation for the wings I wanna give her. I'm feeling that the claw hands are not the cutest thing, even though I usually really like them. I'm switching them out with Ghoulia's hands. I got these cute butterfly fridge magnets from Katharina. You can watch me unbox her doll in this video. A link to it is in the cards above. To keep the wings on, I need to embed a magnet into the doll's back. I made the existing hole larger and then fixed the magnet in place with some magic sculpt. While I have the clay out, I might as well give her wider hips, because I really don't like the skinny sway back look of the Monster High dolls. This time I didn't bother changing her sway back because it works in my favor. I think the sway back looks nice when you have wings to fill in that extra space. I wanted to do the clothes first before I color the body because I didn't want to chip or crack the MSC and pastel while working on the clothes. First, I made this quick petticoat out of some scraps of lace and some elastic. I also made her a pair of socks and decorated them with lace. I made the doll a pair of long underpants because our mom hates when it's cold outside and me and my sister don't wear enough clothes. And because spring in Finland is like this. With the base layer done, I move on to planning her actual dress. I pull out the patterns that I think might be helpful. I modify my old pattern to something that will fit my current needs better. I made a completely new pattern for the bodice and the apron that I didn't end up using. My mom loves turquoise, it's her favorite color, so I digged deep in my fabric stash and pulled out this fabric sample scrap. It was just enough for a tiny doll dress. The fabric frays a lot, so I used matte medium to seal the edges. I really liked the idea of her wearing long johns under her dress. I think it's super cute. So I'm adding long brown sleeves in the same fabric as the long johns to make it look like she is wearing a full warm onesie under her dress. I also really liked the silhouette of my puppet doll's dress, but because it's all black and her hair is black too, you can't really see it. So I thought I would give that idea a second chance. I really liked this ditzy floral fabric, but I only had this tiny sliver of it. And I find it funny that I'm using it instead of the lace, because the person who cut this out originally was probably trying to save the lace, not the fabric. I want the bottom of her dress to be pieced together from all these different fabrics, to give off a very collected and messy look. Like she kept finding these random things and adding them to her dress. I added a pocket for detail and to bring the collar of the petticoat forward a little bit. To make her more colorful, I added the yellow ribbon and some cute details with the buttons and safety pin. I added some pieces of ribbon just randomly tied around the petticoat to add to the eclectic collected feel. I do think the dress turned out accidentally more Lolita-esque than cottagecore, but I'm fine with that. This is the thing I knew I wanted to make for her right from the beginning. It's her flower hat. My mom had sent me a picture of a fairy wearing a hat made from a flower. And my mom's birthday is in early May, and that is when wood anemones are flowering in Finland. And her sister, my aunt, very often picks anemones for my mom on her birthday. And I thought the shape of the flower really lends itself to be turned into a fairy hat. I made a pattern out of paper and then cut 6 petals from white craft foam that I just had enough of. You can use heat to mold the foam however you like it, so I added a wave to the tips of the petals. I assembled the hat using some glue and paper as reinforcement. I glue the petals in one by one in alternating order, just like the flower. I added some drywall compound, that is my secret ingredient in making smoother looking foam pieces. I primed the hat with gesso before I start adding some shadows with acrylic paint. To really make the hat look like a wood anemone, I add the leaves to it. This was quite fun cutting the leaves out. I got some new craft knives and I can't believe how long I went on without them. They are so handy. Adding artificial shadows with paint really makes a huge difference. To make the stem of the flower, I use this vinyl cording and a pin. I cut out the pieces and stack them how I like it. A little paint job seals the deal and really makes the paper leaves and plastic stem look realistic. To protect the hat, I'm adding a coat of matte varnish. Now that her clothes are done, I can finally color her body. I used the same PanPastels as I did on her face. I only applied 2 coats of the pastel, so that really tells you how pigmented these PanPastels are. What is left to do is her shoes. I made a quick pattern with masking tape and transferred that to my teal colored suede material. I thin out the edges of the shoes uppers so that the seam folds nicely. I glued the back seam and then glued the uppers directly to the socks. I did this because ballerina shoes don't stay on the doll's feet on their own very well, and I didn't want my mom losing them. I made the outer soles out of cork and decorated the shoes with a bow. I wanted to fill the doll with tiny details that my mom could explore and find. I added some beads as buttons to the back of the dress. I made sure to leave an opening for the wings to attach to her back later. Her head and body are rejoined once again, and she is really starting to take shape. The very last thing I decided to do is to curl her hair. I feel like it looks more whimsical curled than straight. I finished this doll in April, so she was very much inspired by the spring. The reason why the video is released now, when it's full on summer, is my mermaid doll. I had to abandon this project after the doll was finished and focus on my mermaid doll to get it done and get the video edited before our deadline. And then I got really busy with my day job for a couple of weeks, and that threw me off even more. And also I could not release the video before I had given my mom the doll, so to not spoil the surprise. So here we are. I hope you will enjoy this clip of my mom opening her gift on her birthday. Unfortunately, I messed up with my mic and forgot to turn the bloody thing on, so there is no audio. But I would have had to add subtitles anyway, so I'm not sure if you missed all that much. To summarize, she was very surprised and quite shocked as well, to be honest. But she really loved the doll, and she also gave the doll a name. First, she called her Vuokko, which is what anemones are called here in Finland. And it is also quite a common name for a woman as well. But it is an older women's name, so she added a second name and the doll is now called Vivi Vuokko. I also made a stand for the doll so that my mom can display the doll. I didn't end up filming that because I kind of finished the stand the day before I was supposed to give it to my mom, and you know, it's not that interesting or relevant. My mom is now in a hunt for a glass dome for the doll to protect her from dust and my mom and dad's cats. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't yet done that, like this video and leave a comment. I would love to know what you think about Vivi or me and my mom. Until next time, bye!